often it's a lot more challenging. And so it's easy to be the critic, but it's harder to actually do the task. Here's something interesting that's happening, I guess, locally for us in the Philippines, is that Manila is having a rollback today. And so this is a really interesting thing for us to watch here in Cebu. The capital will return to a stricter lockdown from Tuesday. Today, as coronavirus cases surge more than fivefold after movement restrictions were eased in June. Now, we are going through movement restrictions right now, and the numbers are looking really good. Here's the one to look at. Additional reported recoveries that are greater than the new cases. Now, this is a great data from yesterday when we see these sorts of numbers. What will be interesting now that the easing of restrictions has occurred is just how well we can keep this similar trend. Right, critics and judgment. This one, interesting post, a friend of mine and one of our mentors, Chris McChesney, also best-selling author of The 4 Disciplines of Execution, was commenting on a recent attack on the Ellen DeGeneres. I think you might know her, the famous talk show host. And lately she's been attacked for being essentially a bad leader. But let's read this post here. In defense of the attacked, if you have a good argument for why someone is a bad leader, don't be too proud of yourself. It's not hard to be critical of a leader. If you've been in this leadership role, you probably already know what I'm getting at. It's hard. It's always hard. Everyone can think of 10 things you should be doing, which is a demand, should be doing or shouldn't be doing, or have done, and you'll never get your day in court. Today I did something I rarely do. I read an article about a celebrity, Ellen DeGeneres, is being viciously attacked by a lot of people for, wait for it, not being nice. I know, ironic. When you say it like that, I don't know if she is nice or not. How would you know, right? You only see that personality on TV. And nowhere in the article that I read did anyone give a quote of anything she actually did or said. Isn't that interesting? Lots of judgment and criticism, but no concrete evidence there. No objectiveness in it. But what I do know is that she pulled off a brilliant daily show in an incredibly competitive environment and probably dealt with a level of pressure none of us will ever understand. I sometimes fall into the trap of being too critical when I don't have all the facts, but I never feel good about it after. This is one of the best human beings I've ever met, and a very mature response there to realize that, hey, you know what, sometimes we do this. It's very natural for us to be critics. However, it always is benefits, rather than reacting in that information that comes out, or response, is rather thinking about the bigger picture and realize that walking in someone else's shoes for a mile, often it's a lot more challenging. And so it's easy to be the critic, but it's harder to actually do the task. And Jim Hewley, another one of our great mentors and another one of the authors of The 4 Disciplines of Execution. Hey, Chris, as usual, I know nothing about the media issue, but I love your response. I think often about the wise teachings, we don't see others as they are, we see them as we are. For me, I most quickly see faults in others that I most fear might be true in me. Isn't that interesting? I'm blinded by the speck in my own eye, but when it comes to these situations, I just try to withhold my judgment and extend the very grace I would want extended to me in the same circumstance. This is one of the things I admired and respected most about you in all the years we've worked together. This is talking about Chris, and he's amazing. Thank you for displaying that in your post. And Chris has responded, thank you, Jim. You always catch me at my best. Isn't that lovely? Catch me at my best. That's a real gift that we can give to others. Now, this one here for Dr. Andy Neal, another best-selling author. We've got some really clever people in this post, right? Chris, I'm in sync with you. I don't follow daytime television and I don't know much about Ellen, but I do know that leading an organisation is incredibly difficult. Organisation, team, family, group of people, whoever it is, friends, it is difficult, and community, and you will always be second-guessed and criticised by those looking to tear down and not build up. Isn't that interesting? When people have got this tear-down mentality versus build up, unleash potential, go for greatness, many will try and tear people down. Being a leader in 2020 reminds me of that famous Teddy Roosevelt quote, "It is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by the dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory or defeat. Amen. So in life, you're going to have some people who are critics, right? They're going to do that. They don't count. What counts is you. You're the one that takes the action. Imagine right now, it's very easy for people on social media to be critical, especially with Ellen. I don't know her. And as Chris has said here too, there's no one's actually giving any objective information or her words. She doesn't get to speak for herself. Quieten the critics in your mind and those around you and focus on taking the actions. As our great mentor here, Robin Sharma, says, run your own race. Who cares what others are doing? The only question that matters is, am I progressing? Go forth, progress today, and you will win at everything that you do. You're glorious, you're beautiful, you are remarkable. Looking forward to tomorrow's session. I cannot wait for Friday when we're together to do some really special work. All right, take care. Bye for now.